Let me ask you now, because you alluded on something there with your database systems. What is your plan for systematically contacting your database sets, right? Because you have a team, and don't you run multiple databases?
We have 13 revenue-generating groups in our database. 13.
Okay.
We make money 13 different ways. All right? So,
what do those look like?
don't ask me to memorize them all because I forgot them all, but I could give you 5 or 6 off the top of my head. All right?
Perfect.
Okay, number 1, write this down, because you're never going to hear this in any meeting anywhere in town. Your past customers. Take it out right now.
Past customers, past
Okay,
clients.
so again, you've heard that before. This is, okay, I want to give us some meat. Past customers is a way to get, but it's not, oh, I got a past customer, they bought a $200,000 house in Gladstone, at, 72nd and North Oak traffic light, boom, 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 North Kansas City schools, and whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm taking and creating that sale, that client into an advocate. Someone who knows your name, who can recite your praises to the people that they know about. Okay. Do you understand that? Your past customers. Simple. You have to have a plan to market to those people. We market to them 30. This is new. 33 touch system. That's new. Who hasn't heard about the 33, 34, 36 touch system? Right? It's communicating with somebody 33 to 36 times a year. That's what it is. How do you communicate? You write them a note. You write them a letter. You invite them to a seminar, to a party. You call, drive by their house, and stop in and say hello. Give somebody a hug when you haven't seen them in 2 or 3 years.
Is that increased the frequency of contact for you since you've implemented that? Are you contacting them?
We've been doing that for 15 years.
But you said the 33 touch is new.
Well, we do versions of it. We're communicating with our clients 33 times a year,
okay.
Twice a month, and it's even more than that because we have seminars and we have parties and we have all kinds of stuff. But we're communicating with all of our database twice a month, electronically and written, twice a month for years. My wife was here. She'll fire me if we don't have our system in place to communicate with our database twice a month. We send a letter with a newsletter. I have a staff that produces one. You can go buy it for.
She'll fire you if you don't have a system. It's not about just making the
She'll fire me.
contacts. It's having the system.
I don't have to make the contacts like I used to because we have a system that does it for me. I don't have to make 100 calls a week anymore. Okay, I make 20 good ones, but my staff makes 100 themselves. They're the biggest proponent of the system. They're bigger. My staff's a bigger proponent of what I do than I am. My assistant in Chicago, who does all of our client care, all of our contract work in Chicago, does 100 contacts a week, every week. Plus, we'll process 300 transactions this year. 100, and she writes 20 to 30 notes a week.
Give me something that your staff, not you, might call to one of your past clients.
Oh, great. Hi, Ken, it's Katie Tranquino. You closed your house last month. I'm just checking in. I'm calling on behalf of Dan and Maria. Ken will know who Katie is because Katie closed the transaction for Ken. She was the eyes and ears of the transaction. I'm just checking in. How's the house? Okay, anything going on that we need to know about? Is there anything that we need to be aware of? Okay? Yes or no? Oh, by the way, I just want you to know that we've not closed on your house. We're very thankful for that, but this is when the relationship starts. It starts now. Now the fun starts. After the closing is when the fun starts. After the closing is when the referrals can come. If you need anything, please let me know. You're very important to us, you and your family. If there's anything you need, please let me or Dan know. And oh, by the way, if you ever run across anybody that is half as nice as you are, that needs advice or guidance in real estate, just please connect them with us. And someday she says, oh, by the way, is there anybody off the top of your head that you can think about that might need our services? Right on the phone.
See how that's coming from the administrative side of his business? Another one, just to let you know. Hey, by the way, this is Brian. I work with Group Odell, and we're following up with you. And we just want to make sure we're efficient and consistently following up with you. And I'm actually calling around on behalf of Dan and Maria to update our database to make sure we have all our client contact information for you correct. Is this your correct phone number? Clearly it is. How about your physical address? We still have that right. How about your email address? How do we have that? Great. Okay. After we get all that nailed down, oh, by the way, and we move right back into the same.
If you know anybody that needs real estate advice, please, I'd love to talk to them.
There's 2 touches that admin, lead agent, anyone can do to everybody on your database on behalf of the team's brand right there.
That's what your job is. That's what your job is. And then be ready, because they might tell you something. Oh my goodness, my sister wants to do something, or my brother wants to do something, or whatever. Or my faucet in my master bathroom leaks. Well, what do you do with that? Of course, you're going to call one of your partners. You connect your partner with that client. Okay, well, another database, past clients, our partners, our vendors.
Take it from there. Call the plumber.
I make a multi-six-figure income every year because of our partners. It's our best database outside of our past customers. There's our partners. Our partners generate more business for me than any group that I service except for our past customers. They have for years and years. Now, I'm very intentional about how I service our partners. I wine them, I dine them, I educate, I do this with them, I teach them, and then they teach me. They teach me. Because a lot of them are better at what they do than I am. And I am humble enough to recognize that, and I'm not stupid enough to stand in their way. If someone wants to teach me something, let them teach me something. Ken Smith and I did a project about 10 years ago with our pastor at our church. I learned a lot from him, he learned a lot from me. We sold a house together. It's really crazy. Someday he'll tell you, ask him about the story someday. Crazy how God works. Nuts. We both work for each other. Ken's been kind enough to hire my own son, help him in his business. Okay? When I wouldn't hire my son because I was ready to kick him out of the house. That's another story. That's another story. Another story.
So let's say that you do call the plumber, or the faucet's leaking with a past client. So where do we go from there? The faucet's leaking with a past client.
Two ways to do that. Either the customer, I have a vendor, we all should have a little vendor directory, a list of partners in a database, or I produce a vendor. I have a directory. I have a directory of vendors that I cater to. I publish it, I spend a fortune to do it, and I give it to people. Okay? If you're not prepared to do that, create a list of names. Your favorite plumber, give them their name, and say, would you like me to call the plumber for you? Or would you have to call the plumber? And if you say no, would you call the plumber on my behalf? So I call, Jeff Morgan from Morgan Miller Plumbing. I said, Jeff, I've got Ken Smith, his faucet's leaking, he's one of our A+ clients. Would you be so kind to go over and service his customer? I said, by the way, he's one of my A+ clients. Do you know how to treat him? He says, yeah, I've got it. Jeff and I have been training together for years. Okay? And he says, thank you for the referral. By the way, he says to me, I will try to reciprocate. I'm always looking for customers for you. That's the relationship I have with our partners. They're always trying to get business for us because we bless them, we honor them, we put them in front of our best customers. And guess what? They make money. They actually get to fix the faucet and they charge $100, and guess what? Everybody wins. That's the magic. Okay? That's one of the ways. So you call the partner directly. The other way, you can have the customer call. But and the customer can call, but the customer rarely calls. The customer doesn't usually call, the customer won't call. So I like to take control of calling the vendor on behalf of the customer.
Because you get to take credit and make contact with the vendor.
Close the loop. And then what happens is 2 notes go out the door, one to the vendor and one to the client. Thank you very much for serving our customer. Jeff, thanks for serving Ken. Ken, hope you enjoyed to talk to you. Hope you got your faucet fixed. Call me because there's nothing I can do. By the way, nobody buy myself a home. Please come. Okay, there's a big loop there. There's lots of different tentacles, lots of different parts, serving multiple databases. Lots of proactive activity. You can do it, your team can do it, your children can do it. Your children can write notes on your behalf. We have one of our vendors, children writes notes. One of my mechanic, his daughter writes the thank you notes. For all the customers that he services a car, the daughter writes notes. Thank you for letting my dad fix your car.
Now that's the reason I have kids right there.
I got a tire change. I didn't know this. I've got 3 of them. Thank you for letting my dad fix your car. It's a great idea. Braxton can't write yet, but as soon as he does, he's going to start.
Can I borrow somebody's kid?
Yeah. You gotta keep that.
So, proactive work. Once you get going, it can cycle.
What are some of the other databases? What are the other ones?
Our vendors. I mean, our lenders, specifically lenders only. Lenders only. I separate the partners and I work with the lenders specifically because the lenders are a huge, huge part. I work with about 6 or 7 of them, all excellent. All of them are signed up for our systems. All of them work within our structure because we're very specific on how we're going to engage with the customer, how we're going to follow up, when we're going to have HUDs, how we're going to do appraisals, all kinds of stuff. They actually succumb to our process. you actually talk to them about process, they've all agreed to work within our process. And we cater, wine and dine. Josh and I worked together with one of our lender partners recently, and we become advocates. Another database, past realtors from all over the world. Realtors from all over the world we get business from all the time, and we're sending business out. We maintain a great database of realtors through my contacts at the feeding company and my contacts at Color Williams. And we are writing to them. Relocation companies, we do a lot of relocation work. Okay, relocation. Businesses that move people are relocation companies. Okay, forget about, oh, relocation. They're in Dallas, they're in Chicago, they're in Detroit, they're in GM, or they're in any business that owns a company that moves people, hires people, fires people, relocates people. That's a business that may be worth your time investing time and money in. Relocation. It's not that scary. Could be a 100-employee company right down the street that might move 1 or 2 people. It might just be the CEO that they move. Human resources, that's a contact. Personnel, that's a contact. If nobody in those businesses, I developed those. I have a beer with those people. I would go take them to lunch. I would go try to work with them. We do a ton of reload, but there's plenty. We'll do over 100 transactions, by not 100, probably 25 to 30 hard reloads this year. Doing it for 15 years. You know, you pay money, you pay a fee. Who cares? It's a relationship I care about. The money comes. Don't follow the money. Don't follow the money. Don't follow the money.
Without the values in the relationship.
Don't
That's
follow
a
them.
big deal, so you keep building the relationship. Every call, he's not shaking them down for business, he's providing service. Calling and following up with customer service, providing vendors, which establishes 2 relationships at once, focusing on the growth on the relationship as a source. Who knows how much money comes out of that over the lifetime.
And other groups, okay, your COIs, circle of influence, okay. Those of you that do something other than real estate, and I know when I was doing it for 10 years, all I did was real estate. I did nothing else. I didn't go to church. I didn't participate in Bluebirds or Cub Scouts. I was in my office trying to figure out life and almost lost my life, and my health is, and it may not look great, but my health is better than it was. But I lost almost every important relationship in my whole life because I'm in that freaking office trying to figure out what you already know. So instead of trying to figure out, I just asked Brian, or asked Lucas, or asked you guys what to do, how to grow my team, how to ask Edie. God, Edie Waters.
Still having a hard time with the visual of you in a Bluebird outfit.
That's So COIs, who do you, these groups of people that you intentionally hang out with, don't you know that they need the same kind of expertise that you have? And don't you know that you're the only one with the guts to say, hi, I'm in real estate. If anybody needs advice, I'd love to help you. If you're new, I'm new in real estate. I am part of the most successful office in the entire metro area, Kelly Williams. The largest, fastest growing brokerage in the world. I'm part of the most progressive, fastest, exciting office. I have time for you, and I have resources to help you. If you know anybody, fine, I'm new, I've got time, I can help you. And I've got the best resources available in the whole country. Help hire me. Do you realize that 9 out of 10 listing appointments, 9 out of 10 listing appointments, I have no competition. I'm my only competition. By the way, when you go and assess your listing appointments, I will tell you, Ronnie, how many listing appointments do you go on you have no competition? Joe Marie, how many listing appointments do you want you have no competition? Hardly any. You are your own competition. Your customers are waiting for you to be their advocate. They're waiting for you to understand their point of view and meet their point of view and service them. Sometimes the answer is, I can't help you yet. Not yet. Do this, hire the plumber, hire the carpet cleaner, hire the remodeler, blow up the house, redo it, and then call me, we'll sell your house. Sometimes that's the solution, is to do nothing yet. But it's also very important to be able to plant the seed. And the more you do that, the more the world's going to be a path you're going.